One of the biggest reasons that I throw almost strictly gulp or power bait max scent on drop shots is because the fish get such an opportunity to look at your bait. And we've shown you on the active target, you drop the bait down there and a whole school of smallmouth come and look at it. And because of that, they are gonna get all kinds of opportunity to look at it. So anything I can put in my advantage that will help them bite, i.e. scent or flavor or smell, then I'm gonna do that. And powder bait max scent or gulp, either one of those are slam full of scent and flavor, you know that. And that makes all the difference in the world for fish that are gonna really get a chance to look at your bait. And guys, that's why we do that drop shot thing. You just put the drop shot in the bottom and don't move it too much. And eventually, these guys will go. And it's, you know, it's been a very difficult morning. If you look, there's rods all over the deck of this boat. Come on in here, buddy, you ain't that big. There's rods all over the deck of the boat, like 8 rods on the deck, and the only thing I can get bit on is the drop shot. The bait, 99% of the time for me, is going to be one of a few. A gulp minnow in anywhere between a 1 and a 3-inch version, depending on what I'm fishing for. So another little cutie there. So we'll keep playing with those and I'll show you what I'm using, because I think it's just a matter of time till we find the right size. But guys, these are 1-inch gulp minnows. So they're a little tiny bait. A max scent flatworm, which is probably the most productive drop shot bait I've ever put my hands on. Very, very effective bait, particularly for smallmouth bass, although walleyes love it too. That's that powder bait max scent flatworm right there. It's got the brown back, they call it. It's kind of a white over brown, and a 2-aught Fusion 19 drop shot hook and the little drop shot weight. The powder bait max scent flat nose minnow, also an excellent drop shot bait, similar to the gulp minnow, but a little bit thinner profile, a little bit more supple than the gulp minnow is. Perfect hook, I want to point out. Perfect hook, right in the roof of the mouth. The fish will never come off. There's almost no other things that I rig on a drop shot these days. If they won't bite one of those, I probably need a different presentation altogether. Another big old smallmouth. No, that's a trout. When he turned sideways, I thought it was a smallmouth at first. And this water is crystal clear, guys. It may not look like it on film, but that's a big old trout. And see how good I can handle him. In fact, I'm gonna put him in the net because we don't want to mess him up. All right, there he comes. And he ate my drop shot. Oh. Hey. You guys know, it's a running joke that my net skills are horrible. And this trout apparently read that book, because I can't see him under the boat. Oh, look how thick. And there's that max scent flatworm, and he choked it. Another excellent species for the drop shots, crappies. And crappies love a stationary bait. Everybody knows that, and a drop shot's perfect for that. Got him. That's a little better one there, whatever that is. That's definitely not a bluegill. If it is the big one. Oh, there's dinner. Welcome to the club.
Not a bad crappie.
Welcome to my boat, crappie. In my opinion, the most effective combination for a drop shot is without question the smallmouth bass. Smallmouth bass and drop shot go hand in hand. I've got a bajillion instances of doing it. We do it all summer long. We do it all over the country whenever we fish for smallmouth bass. It can be extremely effective for smallmouth bass, and then there's not a bass pro guy anywhere in the country that doesn't fish drop shots when they get around smallmouth tournaments, and that's really where it shines. And like I said in the beginning, I was a late adopter to it, and that's on me. I should not have been. I regret that it took me a couple of years to gravitate to the drop shot. In hindsight, I should have grabbed on it right away, and I recommend you do the same. And again, I'm not in a hurry. He's deep, and I believe this is a good sized one as well. It was a good size. Oh, there he is. That's a real nice one. Okay, he's gonna be a minute.
Let him swim around for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave him in the water and let him go burn around for a minute. And we'll see how this goes. That thing came dead solid tight when I set the hook. I lifted, felt him on there and set the hook, and it was tight. That's a big old smallie. It's hooked right in the top. You should be able to lip him if you want.
Well, I gotta get his mouth open.
Yep. Okay. This is the scary part.
It is a scary part. Oh,
Okay. Oop.
yeah, did not open. Touch your line.
You lip him?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Got him, nice. I saw that. Nice work, Dano. Look at that one. Let me see that. I gotta hold that one. Now that's a nice smallmouth right there, guys. That's a nice, heavy smallmouth. Dan Swanson, Minnesota is awesome. The funny thing is it took me 3 trips to Minnesota to even try. This fish has got a tag, an old tag in him. See this? Yep. Well, no, it's broke off, but he had a tag in him at some point. That's a good, healthy, thick. Ooh, I like these, Dano. I like these. Big old kiss. Mwah! That's a great looking fish. Hold still, fish. Look at that. Dude, that's about as nice as a fish gets. I think probably the single biggest thing is a fishing guide. The reason that I drop shot so much with clients as a fishing guide is I find a lot of people really struggle with hook setting, bite detection hook setting with a finesse jig. My bread and butter, and if you're a fan, you've been watching for years, my bread and butter has been a 3-inch gold minnow and an 1/8 ounce jig head, and without question, that's one of the most effective baits of all time, in my mind, bar none. The problem with clients is they're too slow on the hook set, or a lot of people are. They don't realize that thing's bit, and because it smells and tastes so good, fish will swallow it, and I get a lot of deep hooking. With a drop shot, you almost never get deep hooked fish because of where the hook is, and because the line is straight to the bait. You have really good feel with no sinker to deaden that. You end up with everybody stuck right in the tip of the snoot right there, or somewhere around the top of the mouth, which is perfect for releasing fish. So this is my neighbor, and he's a good dude, and he was just out to coming to help us out today with a little bit of stuff, and I'm gonna teach him how to drop shot and fish some deep water. So he's got, he got a big old fat trout. All right, we'll be careful. Whoop, hang on, let's net that thing. We're gonna go ahead and net that real quick right there. You go, neighbor Russ, perfect. Neighbor, can I hold your fish? Yeah. All right, and there's another one out of the deep water, guys, and it's a trout, so we're gonna be quick about it, but that's a beautiful fish. And we'll get him back in the drink, and you can see he'll go straight back to the bottom. And again, we're not hurrying the fish. And like I've said before, guys, repeatedly, this is an excellent bite to teach people about deep water fishing as well, or drop shotting. So guys that don't maybe fish all the time, he runs Choice City Butcher and Deli for a living, or owns it. So this isn't something he does for a living, but this is an excellent chance to get him out and teach him how to catch some deep water fish.